Buenas tardes, amigos. Hoy vamos a continuar con otra clase de español. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and start with another Spanish class. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, we're using these words here at the very top from encima de, debajo de, al lado de, detrás de, delante de, alrededor de, adentro de, y afuera de, in order to describe the pictures that we see here. And we're going to replace the adjectives we normally use with these in a sentence to be able to say some things that are very useful. So what we typically do is we look at some pictures like this. I'm going to zoom in so you can see them pretty good. And these type of vocab pictures, I like these too because there are some words we use in the classroom and we want to be able to describe where things are. Typically in class, what we do is we all write some clues describing something like maybe el reloj. I would describe where the reloj was. My friends and my students would listen. And then if you're able to understand the directions, you should be able to tell me that I'm talking about el reloj without me saying it. So let's get an example. Okay. What we would do is I would say something like, my subject would go here if I was talking about el reloj, but I am not. And I would say, está, or es, al lado del profesor. Profesor. And we're going to want an accent on this A. And then I could say this thing is detrás de los libros. So I need to say está detrás de los libros. And at this point, if you said es detrás de los libros, that works okay. We want to accent on this A and on this A as well. I could also say that this thing is debajo, está debajo del reloj. And maybe one more so that we have a really good description. We're going to say está al lado de la pizarra. So in my previous video, I talked about this contraction of de plus L that makes del. And notice that how when I chose los or la, I did not contract that together. So after saying these things, describing where it is, it's my hope that you can see that next to the professor, under the clock, behind the books, and next to the chalkboard would be el mapa. So in each of these blanks, we might have el mapa. And this is a very good way to describe where things are and to be able to use your directional adjectives in a way that will help you out. So let's try this again. This time, I'm going to talk about la ventana. La ventana. So talking about la ventana, if I were writing a sentence about it, I would start by saying la ventana está al lado del mapa, next to the map. I started with the window. I chose my word is. I chose my adjective next to, and I compared it to the map. I could say está detrás de la computadora. And I should have put my subject here as well. Sorry, I was thinking about the last one. La ventana está detrás de la computadora. Let's do two more. La ventana está al lado del reloj. La ventana está al lado de la bandera. So from this, if we were guessing, we would try and figure out which one is behind the computer, but also next to the map, next to the clock, and next to the flag. La bandera, el mapa, y el reloj. Only thing that is next to all three of these is either el maestro or la pizarra, or we could say la ventana because it's the only one that's behind the computer. So if we were in class right now, what I would allow you guys to do is to write some sentences about a few different things from either picture. You tell us whether you're talking about picture 1 or picture 2, and then you get a chance to read those descriptions and see if someone can guess who you're or what you're talking about. So, very, very good job with our regular relative directions. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about cardinal directions.